Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this week's Ask AJ. If you haven't been here before, then welcome. I'm the J of the AJ, and what we do here is we every week we come live and we try and talk about something that might be important to you right now, whether it's Rachel Reeves in the statement and how that impacts our marketplace, or whether it's just something about staging or styling or how to sell your unique home. Today's topic is even more exciting than any of those topics, and I'm sure as soon as I mention it you'll definitely stick around to hear what I've got to talk about. And the topic is council tax. I'm sure tax is all our favourite topic, but especially council tax. So I'm sure you've had the letter already off your council to say that they will be going up from the 1st of April. I think they could put them up 5%, but our council were really, really kind to us, and thank you. I think they only put it up 4.99% this time, so I'm sure we all really appreciate that. But specifically I want to talk about the second home council tax, which I won't give an opinion for or against, but I'll just explain what we expect to see happen and maybe some fallout from it. So if you don't know what it is, from the 1st of April, most council taxes around the UK, and that's including Westmoreland and Furness, which is where most of our area sits, will impose a second home council tax premium. And what that ultimately means is that any property that's classed as a second home will pay double the council tax. It's 100% premium, which obviously in the larger homes is quite a substantial amount of money. Now, before I talk about the pros and cons and what impact that's going to have on the property market, there are a few notable exceptions that you may not know of or may interest you. The first one is Class G, which is very, very relevant to us. It's a dwelling that is being actively marketed for sale for 12 months, 12 months max period. So if you don't want to pay the premium for the next 12 months, then sell your home. And that's why that directly involves us. Hopefully people think of that's a good idea and they start to sell. Next one, Class H, is exactly the same, but if you decide to let your home, so if the home is up for let, again for a maximum period of 12 months. And then Class I is about probate. So if your home or if a property is either in probate now or goes into probate from now on after April the 1st, then properties that are under the council tax band F, providing it's empty, is exempt from paying the tax until the probate is granted. So hopefully that buys a little bit of time. There's some interesting exceptions. I'm not sure I agree with it from the business point of view. It certainly helps us, but I'm not sure on the idea really. So hopefully that explains what it is and what's coming, and it's from the April the 1st, so just in a few days. What's the likely fallout? I've only heard it a couple of times mentioned to me, speaking to buyers and sellers. There's bound to be a fallout in the sense that the costs of owning a second home, if it's not rented out as a holiday let and with business rates, etc., have now gone up, and therefore if someone doesn't use the property so often, they may now think about selling, or if they're thinking about selling in the next few years, it'll grow that forward, which is probably a good thing for the area, to have more second homes used. And so yeah, that's something that's like going to happen. On the other side of the fence, from the buying side of it, obviously now it's less appealing maybe to own a second home with the costs. I mean, we're talking an FG&H somewhere between £3,000 and £5,000 more a year. So it's not a huge amount, and other countries do it. We've looked at buying in Florida before, and they have a similar tax where you pay, I think it was 2% of the property value every year. So yeah, it's a similar thing. So it's definitely not a new system, and lots of people still buy a second home in Florida. So I don't think it will ultimately stop people, but it's just an extra thing to think about, an extra cost, which may, if people were thinking whether to, or on the fence, it may move people towards not buying and maybe staying in hotels or Airbnbs when they come up here instead of owning a place, which could potentially lower prices. But ultimately, I don't think it's going to have a massive impact either side. Hopefully, it'll give the council a bit more, some more coffers to spend and improve some areas and whatever else they do. But yeah, I think it's an interesting idea, and ultimately time will tell to see if it's good for the area or if it puts people off. I've just seen in the spring statement, she said, Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor, said that they've halved the forecast for growth for the year, which I don't think is a massive surprise after all the tax hikes in the budget in October. But we're seeing on the ground in terms of sales, we've got lots of buyers around, lots of viewings, lots of offers, lots of sales, and everything compared to last year and the year before. We've probably not seen a period as hot as this since 2022. So hopefully these council tax changes don't pour any water on that, and I don't think that's a saying, but you get the gist. And hopefully that continues into the next few months. We're certainly not seeing any signs of that slowing. So if you're on the market, or if you know someone on the market right now that isn't maybe getting the interest levels that they should, maybe there's something that they need to tweak, because if the market's hot as it is now and you're not selling, then when would you sell? So yeah, maybe something to think about. And that's it for this very exciting council tax special, and we'll catch you next week.